Hello everyone and welcome to Stuck on Hoops. If you watched my last video, we went over the basics of a ball screen, and today we're going to kind of look at the opposite side of it, how to defend a ball screen. All right, so lots of different ways to defend a ball screen. And obviously, I think every team needs to have several different ways, several different weapons in their toolbox defensively to be able to guard a ball screen. But I think the one today we're going to go over is just a good base coverage, and I think it's very effective, especially if you go over this with your players and really train them up well on how to defend this way. So what we're going to talk about today is going under a ball screen and putting our defensive big, kind of in a drop coverage. So Blue offensively here, again, they're going to be setting this ball screen, but really everything starts with this guard here that's guarding the basketball. His effort and how smart he is guarding the ball here is going to determine a lot. So we'll slide our 5 over here. And again, like I said, we're going to put our big in a drop coverage. Right here, again, a lot of different ways. You could down this ball screen. You can go over the ball screen. But what we're going to cover today is going under. And, something that I think is really effective, really at the high school level. Not a lot of guys, ball handlers here who are going to stop behind this screen and make this three consistently. Again, when I was coaching in college, there were just a handful of guys that we really had to worry about going over the screen and making them dribble off that three-point line. Even in the NBA, there's a lot more guys at that level, but the majority of the guys I would choose to go under ball screens with, especially if you do it correctly. So the first thing here is just the positioning of our guy guarding the basketball right here. Instinctively, if you tell this defender here, hey, we want you to go under the ball screen, and your big is talking, hey, screen, screen, screen. A lot of guys, when they hear that and they know, okay, I got to go under, when they see this screen approaching, they're going to back up. And that's a bad move, and I'm going to show you why. Even if this guy, this ball handler here, is not a threat to shoot the ball, or he's not a great shooter, we do not want to back up here. It's kind of counterintuitive. If you know you're going to go under a screen, we actually want you to scoot in, take a step towards the ball handler. And again, we'll show you why here. So the mistake, if you back up, well, what does that do to the screener here? That lowers the screen. And if we lower that screen, okay, and now the ball handler comes off, we're going way underneath. And that's going to give two things here to this ball handler. Number one, it's going to give him all day to stop and shoot behind this, what I call a horse shot, where he can line it up, take all day. But the other thing is, if he's a good guard that can really get downhill, it gives him space to really turn this corner and attack going on, when you go under that screen. So backing up when you hear screen coming is not what we want to do. So let's go back to the beginning here and show you how we want to do this correctly. So now our big is talking, here comes this screen, and again, instead of backing up, we want to get in to the ball. And what that does now is, we saw where that screen took place before, okay? We scoot into the ball, and now the screen takes place, 3-4 feet higher. And now when this ball handler comes off the screen, we're under, and we're in a much better position now to take the shot away, number one. Okay, we can see he's pushed quite a bit beyond that three-point arc now, but he's going to not have the space or the separation to hopefully turn the corner. And, I think what I define as great pick and roll defense is when you barely even have to engage this big guy here. If we never have to engage him and we just get through this screen, get under this screen quickly, and this guy has really done an excellent job. But now, getting under this screen, there's a lot of technique in this. The term I like to use is shedding the screen. If you just go under and you never make any contact with this big guy, a smart big, well, he's entitled to roll. And if you take all day and you go under and you never put your hands or shed this screen, he's going to roll right as you're attempting to go under. There's a collision now. You get clipped and you leave this up to the official to make a call. And this guard is turning the corner. So we don't want to do that. We want to be the aggressors right here. Don't let this big guy roll into you. Don't let him be the aggressor. You are the aggressor. And you can almost use his body to propel you to the other side by getting your hands on him and using that to create momentum to get to the other side of the screen. And again, we call that shedding this screen. And again, another video, maybe we can go over in more detail what that technique looks like. But if you can get through that screen, shed it. Now he's up higher. We don't allow him to turn the corner. This big's roll is pretty much obsolete because, hey, our big guy, he never was engaged in the ball. He never had to come over and really help. This would be perfect pick and roll defense. But let's say it's not perfect. Let's say we do get clipped here a little bit. And this one now, he turns the corner and we're on his hip instead of shedding and getting through quick. Well, now we engage our big guy. And it's going to happen sometimes, inevitably, especially against good teams, good guards, good bigs that know how to screen. It's going to happen. And our big, his responsibility here, he's going to stop the basketball. His stance is everything right now. We want to be spread out. We want to be right in between him and the basket. We want to use our length right here. Our arms are, if you have a 7-foot wingspan from fingertip to fingertip right now, that's what it should look like, 7 feet. That really helps take up this pocket pass here because now this big is rolling. If our hands are at our hips, man, this pocket pass looks inviting. If you got a long, lanky dude right here and his arms are spread out, that pocket looks a lot less enticing right there to throw. The other thing is we want this big to do what we call absorb or bend with the basketball. If your feet are just firmly planted in the ground right here, this guard, he's going to, shift around you, change pace, in and out, whatever. He's going to get to the rim. So this big right now, he's got to kind of absorb this ball handler. And our guard now is working as hard as he can to get back in front, okay? But this big is not leaving until that ball is contained. And, it might not happen till we get deep. And at some point, we like to say, if he's getting deep into the paint here, we're no longer in pick and roll coverage. We're just going to switch this. Our 5 is now going to contest at the rim because we trust our big to guard this small, this close to the basket. And our 1 will now kind of fall onto the legs of this roller and make sure he's not there for an offensive rebound. The last part of this is our tag. We talked about tag yesterday in our offensive video a little bit. But again, let's go over it from what it looks like from a defensive side. So we didn't do a great job here, let's say. We're on the hip. We've engaged our big guy in pick and roll coverage. And now here's this man rolling to the basket wide open. Well, we're not going to just allow him to catch, finish, dunk, whatever. We're going to get in here with this third guy. And his aggression on this tag is really determined a lot by how good of a shooter this man here in the corner is. And we're going to pull him up there because that's what most teams are going to do. So if this man is not a threat to shoot, we're going to get in and really aggressively tag. And what we mean by that is we're going to put our body all the way in front of this roll man, where if he crashes into us and kind of buries us down here and they make this pass, we're not worried about this guy shooting. We can close out short, late to him and give that 3 up, or, if you might not even shoot the ball there. If this guard is a decent shooter, we're only going to maybe get in halfway here. And by halfway, I mean we're going to put our shoulder, that'd be 2's left shoulder, halfway into that big's chest. That way, it crowds this roll. This guard doesn't feel really comfortable throwing this pocket pass. but we can get out quick to this shooter right here. If they throw this pass, we don't want to fully engage, we're half engaged. And if this is an elite shooter here that we just can't allow to shoot, we're not even going to get our chest in there. We're going to get a hand in, again, just crowding that roll a little bit. No perfect defense. You're going to have to give us something up a little bit. The consequence of number one, not doing a great job here, but we're going to get a hand in. So if this pass is made out, 2 is able to recover quickly and make the 2 offensive player here put it on the floor. So that's our defensive pick and roll coverage today. Again, there's a lot of different coverages we'll go over in later videos. I love just getting under as just kind of a simple base coverage, but it's all about teaching your defensive guard on the ball initially how to get through that screen quickly. So if you like the video, subscribe to the channel. Continue to put more videos up. If you have any suggestions for videos, leave that in the comment box. But thank you for watching.